Shit. And you complained about your in-laws. So Ready or Not tells the story of a girl who gets married, spends the night with her in-laws, and finds out that she has forced to play a deadly game of hide and seek and must survive until dawn. Welcome back, everybody. Taking a pause in the Psycho review series to review a new film, a film that kind of snuck up on me a bit. I didn't realize it came out this weekend. Trailers looked interesting. I love Samara Weaving. Ready or Not really had my attention for the back half of 2019. Horror's been kind of mediocre for me so far this year, and while this is certainly a genre mishmash, you got a little horror, a little thriller, a little action, a little dark comedy, it looked like a movie that was right up my alley. Something that's just crazy, just zany enough that if they do nail what they show in the trailer, I'm gonna walk away having a blast with it. So let's start right off with the positives on Ready or Not, and the number one thing is Samara Weaving herself. This is my new it girl. Like, Samara Weaving and Jessica Roth from the Happy Death Day series, these are the two girls that I want to see do a lot more in the horror genre. I want to see them do a lot more, period. They can do comedies, they can do action, they can do whatever they want, but these two girls are awesome. Now, talking about the one that's actually in this movie, Samara Weaving, she just kind of has everything you want from a leading girl. Just like she proved in The Babysitter and Mayhem. She's got great comedic timing. She has really good chemistry with pretty much anybody that you put her next to, at least so far. She can handle a little bit of action. She's a damn good actress. She can act scared. She can act like she's in pain. She can be a little bit zany, a little bit crazy out there. She can be stoic and serious. She's got kind of the whole package. And she's about 70% of what's great in this movie. She's perfect to lead a movie like this. And even though she's only had a couple of movies to her credit, she totally takes this movie on her shoulders and just, in strides, carries this thing from start to finish.
At midnight, you have to play a game.
Why?
It's just something we do when someone new joins the family.
A game. What game? Hide and seek? Are we really gonna play that?
Now, for me, this is saying a lot. They really did good with the comedy in this. I am a very tough cookie to crack when it comes to comedy. Comedy has kind of slowly become one of my least favorite genres as far as the newer movies that come out today, because most of them just don't make me laugh. They don't latch on to what I find funny. And there was more than a few moments in Ready or Not that unexpectedly, I laughed out loud. There's a lot of really crazy situational humor. There's very dark humor involving like accidental death and stuff like that. There's a lot of really funny personalities within this crazy psychotic cult family to where all of them have their own little quirks, their own little things that's comedic and that they can kind of squeeze a little bit of comedic juice out of through the runtime of the movie.
What the hell is this? How old is this thing?
I know you're in here.
And kind of piggybacking off of that too, just the characters in general. Not only is Samara Weaving and her character a great character to follow for this movie, but the villains, the family, the psychos that's chasing her around this mansion, they're a lot of fun. Like, there's a lot of different personalities. You got the dad, who's kind of like the patriarch of the family. You got Andie MacDowell, who's a little bit more serious than what I've seen her do in the past. I usually know her for comedies. She's a lot more kind of intimidating presence in this movie. You got the quirky dude who was in the Orphan Black series, I think that's what I recognize him from, where he's off with a crossbow in a bathroom hiding, watching a YouTube video on how to use a fucking crossbow because he doesn't know shit. The crazy zany sister that does everything wrong. They do a good job at having a lot of different personalities, a lot of different quirks that keep you interested in all of these different family members, and they all kind of are more of the entertainment value in this movie than I expected them to be. I really expected Samara Weaving to deliver most of it and they would just kind of be like cannon fodder, but they do a good job at kind of balancing the entertainment value with your protagonist and your antagonists.
Oh, Jesus, you shot the maid.
Does she look like she's wearing a giant white wedding dress, Emily?
I also love that this movie goes for it. Carnage Candy is present in Ready or Not. Now, I think they could have gone a little bit further, but you know, that's me. That's because I'm a whore. I want blood and guts everywhere, but I wasn't expecting this movie to be as gory as it was. There's a lot of deaths in here that are very bloody, that are very drawn out, kind of for comedic effect and a little bit so they can put a little bit more blood on the screen. There's deteriorating bodies and spots. I mean, it gets pretty bloody by the end of the second act and through the third act especially. And finally, I felt the movie had a really good pace. You have kind of this isolated, small scale concept like this where you have innocent, unsuspecting girl trapped in a mansion with psychos and they're running around trying to find her and kill her. That concept can get dry and can feel stretched out very quickly. And luckily this movie's a tight 90 minutes. It didn't feel too long, it didn't feel too short, kind of felt like just the right runtime. And there was at no point in this movie where it starts to kind of die down a bit. There's no slow points, at least there wasn't for me. It keeps your attention, it keeps your entertainment value up. And even though they're going for a lot of comedic value here and a lot of dark comedy, that little bit of tension of the situation never feels like it loses its weight because of a padded out runtime. Now, as far as my only mixed element, this isn't a movie that's necessarily going for like a real deep storyline. There's a little bit of lore in here with why the family's doing this that's definitely interesting and it has a little bit of a mystery element to it, but this is one of those movies that there's a couple of very direct lines by certain characters that to me foreshadow a little bit too on the nose what's going to happen in the third act. I don't know if they even really cared about keeping surprises for the third act or if they just meant you to kind of know where things were going, but there's a few little surprises in the last 15 minutes or so of the movie that they pretty much give away by the end of the first act if you're paying attention to what people are saying. And to me, that's slightly disappointing. I almost feel like the movie would have been better if you could just take those lines of dialogue out completely and let the surprises at the end be complete surprises versus something where you were kind of half expecting for an hour of the movie. And now on to my negatives. I'll be honest with you people, this movie came this close to being in probably my top 5, 6, 7 of the year so far. I had a blast with this and I was enjoying it all the way through. But the one thing that just kind of felt like an empty space to me that didn't quite get it there, that kind of left me walking out of the theater with a slight bit of salt of disappointment, although enjoying the whole movie, was that I feel like they didn't give Samara Weaving's character enough to kick ass with in this movie. Like, you watch the trailer, you look at the poster. We're in the poster, she's standing in the middle, she's got this, rifle, she's got this gun belt of, shotgun shells and everything. You feel like this is going to turn into something like You're Next by the middle of the movie, by the third act, where she's just gonna finally grow into this strong female character and just start kicking ass on these psychos. And without spoiling too much, doesn't quite go that direction. She's definitely a strong character, she definitely gets to kick a little bit of ass, but for me, if you would have just dialed up the You're Next elements that this movie goes for, like maybe 2 or 3 notches, this would have made my top 5. But because they kind of held back a little bit and they kind of save a lot of what she could have done for more comedic effect in the third act, I feel like they missed the mark a bit with what they could have done with that character. It's funny where things go, it's definitely surprising and kind of ends things on a very interesting note, but I would have preferred a little bit more ass kickery from Samara Weaving.
If we don't find her and perform the ritual, we're all dead.
Found her.
And going along with that, when you have this girl in this situation where she's a very strong personality, she's got attitude, she's got a little bit of a sailor mouth, she's one of those characters that you want to grow into that badass that's gonna really fuck up the works with this family's plan. And the way that they decide to go in this movie, I don't know if they were trying to subvert expectations or if it was just them wanting to put a little bit more focus on the family itself than you maybe would have expected. There's not a whole lot that Samara Weaving's character does to mess up their plan. She just kind of is trying to escape a lot in the film. And she gets away many times, which kind of messes up the works a bit, but a lot of the events of the second and third act of this film are more with circumstance and more with even people inside of this family making mistakes or doing certain things that let her slip through. There's not a whole lot of her becoming victorious over this family throughout the runtime. I'm trying to do my best not to spoil the details, guys, so I know that might sound a little bit strange without having seen the movie. You don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about, or maybe you know exactly what I'm talking about, but I think my expectations for where this character could have taken this story and where I would have expected a character like this to kind of move throughout the plot of the movie, they take it in a very different direction, and I don't know, although I wasn't expecting it, if their direction was better than my direction. if that makes sense. But all in all, guys, I had a lot of fun with Ready or Not. This is a nice little fun getaway dark comedy with some carnage candy throughout that you can kind of go after the summer season. Things are starting to slow down. It's just one of those nice little surprise movies that when you get to the end of the year list, you're gonna go back through all the movies you look and you're like, holy shit, yeah, Ready or Not, that was pretty cool. I wasn't expecting that one. It's one of those movies, and it's a really good one. Held back just a little bit by not going quite as far with how badass the character that Samara Weaving is playing is, but she's great, the family's great, I love how far they go with the gore, the concept is cool. It's a really fun movie. If you like the trailer, if you like what this is trying to kind of deliver to you, this little genre mishmash, a little thriller, a little horror, a little dark comedy, if it looks like it's for you, you're probably gonna walk away having a good time for this. But it was that close to being great.
Your fucking family! You're just another sacrifice. Do you think this is a fucking game?
Yes, hide and seek. Remember?
So if you want a fun, zany, and blood-soaked movie to get away this weekend and check out, look no further than Ready or Not. Maybe temper your expectations a little bit walking in, kind of expect the unexpected as far as how the plot and how this character is going to go through the movie, and you will probably have a very good time with it. But overall, guys, this is a very fun movie that, despite not quite meeting my expectations, I would still say to go out and buy it. So what did you guys think of Ready or Not? Did this deliver everything you wanted in spades? Did you like all the kind of comedic value and subverting your expectations with where things go in the plot and where things wrap themselves up? Or did you want a little bit more your next flavor that I was expecting from this film? Do you want to see more from Samara Weaving? Do you want to see more from any of the actors playing this family? How great was Andie MacDowell in this movie? Let's talk about that too. Man, what do you guys think about Ready or Not? Let me know down in the comment section below. Please like and share this video. Hit that subscribe button if you are not already a subscriber. Also, check down below in the video description for social media links like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Just below that is my Teespring store, which is all my Cody Leach merchandise, t-shirts, mugs, all kinds of cool stuff. Great designs by the awesome Woody Bowen. There's some Chucky designs down there, all kinds of cool stuff. Check it out, please. And down in the video description as well, just below those social media links, is my Patreon page, which is a great way to give back to this channel and help this channel grow while getting cool exclusive content for your eyes only if you decide to become a patron. So check all that out, guys. And if you want to check out some more of my videos, you can check out a few more by clicking right over here.